Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Your childhood friends are witches and warlocks because they made a deal with the devil and casted spells on you. Let's get into it. If you had friends growing up and you hung out with them and everything was good, you got a good vibe from them, they got some good vibes from you. It was nothing but, nothing but love, nothing but good times, nothing but hanging out, nothing but some positivity, then that's not who we're talking about in this video. But those who had secret competition against you, those who throughout the later years of your life, you questioned your friendship with that individual. Those of you who have memories of people who really didn't seem like you should have been friends with them after a while. Those were the first witches and warlocks in your life. Those were the first monitoring spirits in your life. Those were the first narcissistic people, besides as far as friends and as far as socially for you in your life. If you could look back and think that some of the people that you were around weren't the most positive, if you could remember the way that they were and how they operated toward you, those were the people who, when you were gone, were talking about you behind your back. Those were the people who were casting spells over your life, speaking evil over your life, saying negative things about you, and hoping that things don't work out well for you. They may have even tried to get you to feel a certain way about yourself. And unfortunately, due to upbringings that some of us may have had, you didn't know that you shouldn't have been friends with that person. And on top of that, the people that were around you, watching you, supposed to be helping you out and guiding you, wouldn't tell you to end that friendship because they knew that that person was just a miniature version of themselves. They knew that that person was just like them. They may have even traded glances back and forth with each other and a demonic smile. But what you realize now is if you, especially not just because you may have not talked to this person for a while, we're not talking about people that you haven't seen in a decade or so. And when you link up, it's all love. It's all good. Hey, yo, what's going on? We're talking about those people that if you saw them out and they was on fire and they needed you to spit on them to put them out, you wouldn't do it. That's who we're talking about. We're talking about those people that were gossipers. Aren't we all had that one or few people that was a gossiper. That one person that was trying to always start some trouble. That one person that was always running their mouth, always having something to say, always having something negative to say, always pointing out your flaws. But you didn't know to not be friends with this person, and no one would have told you to not be friends with this person. Due to certain ways that you were raised, in certain ways that you were brought up, you didn't know that you should have cut people off and that you should have not dealt with them. And unfortunately, this was the first way that a lot of our self-esteem was shaped. And we're not blaming these situations. We're going over this merely for the simple fact of what needs to be corrected. Certain things that you may need to correct about yourself, certain ways you may need to view yourself differently. And people, oh man, that's so long ago. Some people are still viewing themselves in a negative way. Some people are still looking at themselves in a way to where they need to change their thoughts. Some people are thinking thoughts that belong to someone else, where seeds were planted in their mind, and unfortunately, because they didn't know any better, they believed it. So we're not mad at anyone for planting any bad seeds. You could be, but it wouldn't do anything for you. We're not having hatred towards anyone. We definitely hate the behavior, and we definitely hate that what was done to us. All right. And it wasn't right that what they did. And if they were to, if this person was to continue doing that, and if we were to probably around this person still, some of that hate would still be there, because you would develop it naturally for someone who had some negativity toward you, someone who was interacting with you in a way that is non-productive and is bad for you and manipulative. So before we knew any better about manipulation and certain ways that people acted and that we shouldn't have been around certain people, we just knew these friends as someone that the friendship was just a little funny. The friendship was just a little weird. The friendship was just a little odd. The friendship was just a little strange. And people may have always seen you together. People may have always, seen you hanging out. But the thing is, when you weren't hanging out with this person, they was always running their mouth. They were a secret hater. And a lot of us had trauma bonds already in family and certain things like that. And with that not being corrected, we didn't know any better about having those type of friendships out in the street. So when you have a situation to where you're bonding with people in a not so positive way in a family system, you're going to think that those types of friends are normal. You're going to think that those types of friendships and those types of people are just the way people are, because you don't know anything different. You don't know anything better. So when your brother or sister may be treating you in a negative, toxic way, and there's not much you can do about it, and then when you're going out and having friends like that, it's a normalcy. It's something that you don't see the need or fit for a change for. It's nothing that you need or think you need to seek a change. You're just taking it as it is. And unfortunately, when you develop one of those trauma bonds and you don't know any better, you're going to end up attracting more people like that into your life. Because as your self-esteem gets lowered, you become an easy target. And people see you as that person that everybody could walk all over. You want to feel better about yourself? Hang out with this person. You want to feel better about yourself? Yo, get this person as a friend. You want somebody to use? Make this person your friend. You want someone to take advantage of? Be friends with this person. You want someone to put down in front of a group of people to make you look better or make you appear better or make you think you're better, or however you want to come up off this person socially? Bring this person around. And there were people that liked you, and there were people that saw you for who you really were and saw you were a cool person. But then there were those people that you just had no business being around. And it's not that you have anything against them. It's just that the fact that that's how they were going to treat a person, looking back, you wouldn't have dealt with them. But you can't change the past. But what you can do is fix how you feel about yourself. You could repair any of those old wounds that still need to be healed. And people can crack jokes and say what they want, and oh, trauma is this, and oh, childhood this, and but people are still taking it with them. They got books on. Adults have written books about people who were still going through things. You know, so somebody put in the comments the other day, and they're not a part of this channel anymore. But they put some in the comments. No, I'm just saying. And no one cares what you just have to say. You can say what you want in this comment, but I mean, depending on if it's something like, I don't even care if it's something that I don't agree with. If it's just foolishness and something that you're trying to get a rise out of somebody, then nobody's even going to pay attention to it. No one's going to pay attention to it. Not even me. So The person put you, like a lot of people in special education, hold on to past trauma and stuff like that. No, people, you don't have to be in special education to have been abused and to still have a lingering issue. All right, you don't have to have that. That's not a sign that someone was in special education just because they have lingering issues or they have something that they have to deal with. You're alive. You're a human. You're a divine person. Excuse me. All right, you went through life. You're not going to go through life without any scars. If you ignore them and you bury them like they're not there, that's up to you. But we all have things that we have to deal with that need to be repaired. Some of us choose to deal with them and act like they're and not act like they don't exist. So if that's what some people want to do, they want to act like their stuff doesn't exist. This may not be the channel for you. This is a channel to where we may have to look back at certain things. This is a channel to where we may have to go back in our mind and observe this situation and observe that situation so we can heal. And so that way we could repair our mind, and that way we could repair ourselves, and that way we don't carry all this baggage up into the future, and that way we could change. Some people had the wrong people in their life, and they were convinced to believe certain things about themselves because they were a certain way. It's like you're not the same as everybody else, and now people are looking at you different, and they're saying things to you, saying things about you, trying to make you feel a certain kind of way. And certain things stick with certain people. You can call it what you want. I don't care. Some people deal with this. It's real. Some people do have past trauma. It's real. Whether you choose to deal with it or not, if you don't choose to deal with it, this may not be the channel for you. You want to bury it deep and act like it doesn't exist. Hey, you may not want to watch this video. This video may not be for you. But for everybody who resonates or can agree, or someone who can understand what it is I'm saying, and there's something that you want to heal or fix, you're going to have to deal with it. You don't have to call it to the front. You don't have to observe it. You don't have to go back over it. You don't have to change your mind about how you feel about yourself because of some people may have casted a spell on you. And now you have low self-esteem. Somebody may have made you view yourself in a way to where now you don't believe in yourself as much. All right, there's spirit killers who are adults, and there's some children who are spirit killers. And when people aren't dysfunctional, and when they are, when they're focused on what type of people that you're around, and they don't want you to be down, they don't want you to be unhappy, they're going to say, hey, you probably, that may not be the friend for you, or that may not be, a child is not going to be able to decipher between that. If they can, that's cool. God bless them. But if somebody already has a toxic dynamic or a toxic situation that they're dealing with, like maybe their brother's treating them in a toxic way, maybe their sister's treating them in a toxic way, maybe they got some toxic family members that they're dealing with, and they're gonna think that's normal. And they're gonna either seek friends out like that, or they're gonna think it's normal for them to have friends like that. And that's just not normal. That's just not the way a person is supposed to be. So if you had some type of toxic friend, or you had some type of toxic relative, or some type of toxic brother or sister, that's something you're going to have to fix. All right? That's something that you're going to have to deal with. And it has nothing to do with anybody being slow just because they haven't let it go yet. And people can say whatever they want, but what someone thinks about you is none of your business. They want to make it your business because they want to try to make you feel some type of way, because they have something wrong with them to where they have to try to bring another person down to bring themselves up. Let me put this. This makes me feel good. Like, people who have to say things to others are the real insecure ones. Like, you are a very strong individual when you have the type of spirit to build other people up. You're different. Your spirit is stronger than any other spirit out there. When you're the type of person who can say something positive to somebody else, there's not many people like that. Most people are just innately programmed, and it's ingrained in them. I have to destroy someone so I can feel better about myself. I'd say a good 75% of the world is moving like that. a good at least 50%, if not 75. It's a good 50 to 75% of people operating that way. And I could be wrong. Hey, if I am, hey, I could live with that. I don't have to be right. But I mean, that's what it's kind of looking like. Just me, in my opinion. Do with it what you want. Pick it down. Pick it up. I said pick it down. Pick it up, put it down, whatever it is you want to do. But if you want to get better, and if you want to look at yourself in a way to where it's beneficial for you, then what you're going to have to do is rewire your mind and reprogram your thoughts and think better things about yourself. Some of us were too great real early. Some of us had a lot of positive, good things that people noticed too early. Some of us were attacked real early. Attacked by everything and everyone around us. Your mind had no rest. Probably have gray hairs like me. If you don't, God bless you. But some of us were attacked real early. Everybody tugging at your mind, trying to make you think something of yourself that you're not. Not wanting to let you live. And that's okay. Because you're still here. And you're greater than all those people who had negative things to say about you. Other than the fact that they was just mad they couldn't be you. And that's what you got to realize it is. Some of your friends, some of the people in your life, so-called quote unquote friends, they'll deny it. But they wanted to be you. They wanted to be in your place. So they had to make you feel bad about yourself and notice every single flaw. If you had people in your family like that made you notice your flaws, 9 times out of 10, you probably had some friends like that you was real close to, pointing out a lot of negative things about you every chance they could. Some of us had negative, toxic friends. Not all your friends was like that, but some of them might have been. And if you got the scars, or if you got some things you need to work out mentally because of some of them friendships that you had, then this is the video for you. Keep it real with yourself. Some of us had friends who made us think certain things about ourselves that wasn't true. Some of us had family members that made us think certain things about ourselves that wasn't true. You could deny it just for the sake of saving face, but you're not going to help yourself or heal that way. Who wants to deny something and keep it swept under the rug and act like it doesn't exist? That's how mental issues start. You want to say somebody has something mentally wrong with them. The person that's dealing with it has something mentally wrong with them, or the person who's avoiding it and acting like it ain't there and just keeping that issue, acting like it doesn't exist, but still something's wrong with you and you're not working on it or deciding or making a decision to fix it. That's the person that has something wrong with them. I'm going to act it away. I'm going to laugh it away. I'm going to watch TV it away. I'm going to pretend it away. That's a crazy person. You got something wrong with you and you're going to act like it doesn't exist. Nobody at war gets shot and act like it doesn't exist. They may have the courage to or the heart to, but then after that little segment is over, they go get patched up. Some of us was at war mentally with people around us at a real early age. Some of us been on the battlefield for a minute mentally. And it's a blessing that you're still here and not made crazy. They probably was trying to make you crazy ever since you was born. Gaslighting you at 3 years old. But it is what it is. You're still here. But you got to work through these things. And you can't act like they don't exist. Or otherwise you will end up in a mental facility. The person who remembers is always called the crazy one. The person who wants to change and has been treated a certain way for their whole entire life, and now you want to stop being treated like that, that's the crazy one. Quote unquote. People can say what they want, but as long as you heal and you're able to work on yourself and continue to get better, screw them. If you have some toxic people in your family, unfortunately, you have some toxic friends or relationship patterns. Toxic girlfriend, maybe you the girl, toxic boyfriend. You got to fix that. Otherwise, you're going to keep seeking the same people out. Had people like that in your family, you sought people out like that as friends, unknowingly, unconsciously. Now you got to fix your mind because people made you think certain things about yourself that's not true. Have you walking around in fear? Have you walking around scared? Have you walking around thinking that you ain't nobody? Having you walking around thinking there's something wrong with you in life and it's not. Having you with low self-esteem and you got more potential to feel better than all of them. Got more potential to be better than all of them. They try to destroy you, but you about to rise up and surpass all of them. Acting like they didn't do to you what they did. That's okay. That's okay. We're not worried about that anymore. That's over and done with. It feels good to recognize what was done to us. It feels good to know that there's other people out there that this happened to. It feels good to not be gaslit about what you went through, but you also have to get over it. And you also have to get past it. You also have to move past it mentally, physically, spiritually. That way your soul can heal, your mind can heal, you can heal. And that way you can make yourself good. I know you want to be good up here. Everything is good up here. Everything is going to be good everywhere else. People want to act like they didn't have people in their life that was doing them a certain kind of way. I'm not dealing with that. Well, you don't. You don't have to. We dealing with it over here. And we making our way every day and every way. We getting better and better over here. You didn't know what to do, and people was just running rampant. People were just using you as a doormat. And because of that, it didn't, and without it changing, it's not going to change. If you were done dirty and people was doing the same thing to you as a kid that they're doing to you in adulthood, something's got to change. It's something up here that you're not doing right because you didn't have the information, you didn't have the knowledge, you didn't know any better. You thought that's just the way it was. That's not the way it is. That's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way it's going to be from anywhere here on out for you. You don't have to be afraid. You need courage. People wanted you to be afraid and have low self-esteem because it was better for them to see you and view you that way. They felt better around you and like that instead of you having high self-esteem. You'd have been too much for them. You'd have been doing too much for them. Some of the people that was around you supposed to be feeling a certain kind of way towards you couldn't stand to be around you. And that's not your fault. And it's something wrong with you because you realize and see that somebody can't stand you. Who's the crazy person? Somebody that realizes somebody can't stand them or somebody who constantly wants to be around someone they can't freaking stand? That person's nuts. People needed you to feed off of you. You were an energy source to people. And probably still are. You need to cut those ties. You need to cut those cords. You need to not deal with those people. Don't deal with people who are pretending in your life. There's nothing good about that. There's nothing fun about that. How's it going to be a happy holiday around that? Happy for who? Just to ignore something for a plate? Just to ignore something for a present? Just to ignore something for a day because that's what everybody else is doing? You keep ignoring that, you will go crazy. You keep ignoring that, you will get exactly what you deserve and you will get everything that you have coming to you. Being around people like that. Ignoring things and thinking that that's not there and that's not what it is when that's what it is. It's staring you right in the face. Smacking you right in the face. Clubbing you upside the head. And you haven't got the picture yet. Get the picture already. Once you start to wake up, you're going to start to see that all those things that was being said around you was to you. Was about you. gaslighting you to your face, indirectly, subliminally coming at you to your face. It has to come a point to where you decide, I'm not taking that no more. If that's how you are, yo, good luck. Peace, love. I'm out. You got to do what's right for you. Let it piss them off. Let them say things about you. Let them have how they feel about it, because they didn't care how you felt about it. This ain't no feelings kind of thing. This is a respect kind of thing. If nobody wants to respect you, be around yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your own company. You are the only one that needs to respect you. At the end of the day, you can give you all the respect you need. People will respect somebody like that. They have no choice. So people can say what they want. Oh, it's this and that and that and this. Like, yo, man, deal with it and heal with it and move on from it and become your greatest version. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button. Smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, and light. We out.